All right. I think we should be golden. Awesome. Hey guys, what's up? Sorry, I was going to start this broadcast and my computer or the Google Hangouts was like, I don't see a camera and there's a camera built into my computer. So, yay. There we go. I was like it's super easy to actually start doing your Google Hangouts, just broadcasting through YouTube. So yay, I figured it out again. I was like, made such an effort last time to remember how to do it this time, and now I got it. Everybody can hear me, okay? I'm seeing people in chat. Technology, hi Stephanie, hi Ethan, hi Jose, movie fanboy, Andy, Robert, Mike. Yeah, it was barely an inconvenience, but it is funny that the computer was trying to tell me that it didn't have a camera when there's one built in. So that's fun. Anyway, yeah, so thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out with me. I was so sick during the last one of these AMAs that I did, but I had promised to do it, so I muscled through it and I did it. And now I feel like I've got a good kind of starting point to go through with you guys. So I got some questions on Patreon. So I'm going to read some of those. I'm like double teching it right now. I'm streaming from my laptop, and then I've got my iPad with the Patreon pulled up on it because, you know, Apple products. Oh, yeah, that's true, movie fanboy. So last time some people had asked me during the AMA, because it was a combination of getting some Patreon feedback from you guys, as well as getting some like questions and things about stuff that was going on in like the storyline of the Schmoedown. So some people were asking me about the Fife Club, and that was before we'd already taped the scene where I told Andraco and Rachel about the fact that I was going to have to step down as manager, but it hadn't been revealed to the public yet, so I had to keep that under wraps. But now you guys all know. I will definitely miss being a manager. I mean, obviously, I loved it. I think I was pretty good at it. I was manager of the year, so that's a pretty good indication. But yeah, so I'm very excited about my new opportunities as well. So let me look at the questions that were in the thread on Patreon. All right. Confidential Cinema, if you could start up a new Fife Club with those players, would you have done so? No. Yeah, Robert, Clark just wasn't available to film that scene that day. I know it's so funny. People are reading into it. They're like, oh man, is Clark going to go heel? And I mean, I'm not saying she never would, but she just literally was not available to film that day. All right, let me look at the AMA thread that I started. Somebody did ask, not on the AMA thread, somebody asked, can someone explain Grace to me, because they're newer to the Schmoedown? So it's like, man, that's a lot. All righty, let's see what we have here. Was this my AMA thread? Yes. Da 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 da. Okay. More comments. Clark was probably on DC Daily or writing her screenplay. That's very possible. She was working really hard on her screenplay. Okay, let's see. So we've got here. Oh, first of all, somebody, I'm going to find out who. Oh, Nicholas Haswell asked what an AMA was. It's a Ask Me Anything, and that is exactly what we are doing right now. I like to just spend some time hanging out with you guys to get feedback about how you guys are feeling as patrons. Obviously, we introduced a bunch of new tiers, so yeah. Oh yeah, we won't talk any Smets versus More spoilers. Obviously, you guys all have the ability to see it at this point because it is now early access release to all patrons. However, I respect that not everybody was home working. And I mean, especially the group that's hanging out right now. I specifically did this evening AMA to make it easier for people who were on the West Coast and work during the day. So here we go, starting with the ones that are on Patreon, and then I will get to your questions in the chat. Let's see. So okay. Oh, this is something that we talked about during the last AMA. Ryan Chasson asks, I was wondering, are there any thoughts of doing teams within Inner Geekdom? I think Rachel would say Inman would be unstoppable. Any thoughts? That is something that I definitely would really like to do at some point as we continue to expand the Inner Geekdom League. I mean, obviously at this point, we've got several new Inner Geekdom competitors. The Smets versus Moore match just aired for all patrons today. Everybody at the $2 level or higher got it yesterday. But yeah, that's something that I've always kind of thought with Inner Geekdom, because I mean, much like in the regular movie trivia Schmoedown, where everybody has sort of like they have certain things that they are strong at or not strong at. You know, for example, I was just having a conversation on Twitter the other day with somebody who had seen Alita, and they're like, man, Alita was so great. I wish we had more anime questions in the Schmoedown. And I'm like, the only person who's ever answered an anime question correctly was John Roca, and he thanked me for it. So the problem is that, again, when something sort of repeatedly gets shown to be a weakness for most people, then it tends to just kind of get thrown out in terms of, oh yeah, Dave Drano, that was you. It tends to just get thrown out because if we see on the desk that people are having a hard time answering things like that, obviously we're not trying to tailor the show to make it easy for anybody, but we are trying to create an entertaining experience. So that's that. All right, let's see here. I do not hate Paul Oyama. I was just saying that he had a little bit of an attitude, and you know how I feel about people who have a bad attitude. If you guys watched the Schmoedown or Inside Schmoedown with me and Ken, that is where we stand on that. I just have strong opinions about people who come in with I'm better than everybody else attitude. And on top of that, I am not the commissioner of the singles league, so I am allowed to have opinions. And the character I have always played on the Schmoedown is somebody who very much stands on the side of, justice isn't really the right word, but that's what it is. Okay. Let's see who asked questions here. Okay. Sort of in line with what we were talking about here on Patreon, Tarl Cowley asked, it's a conflict of interest for you to manage teams or Inner Geekdom competitors. Have you considered managing any singles competitors? The thing is that we tend to keep people in one faction no matter what league they're participating in. And there's basically nobody who competes in singles who doesn't also compete in teams or have an interest in competing in teams. So I can't really manage anybody anymore. And on top of that, a lot of the decision, it kind of made time, it kind of made sense timeline wise for me to take over running the Patreon when I did, also being the commissioner of the team league and of the Inner Geekdom League. Sorry, my cat is bothering me for attention right now. Yeah, so, and with me taking over the Patreon, I also, because we have patrons submitting questions and I have to make sure that Patreon fulfillments happen, I have to see the questions doc a lot of the time. So it would be unfair really for me to manage anybody, quite honestly. Confidential Cinema, you and Dagnino are going to team up one day, right? I have a feeling that at some point, Tom Dagnino and I will be in a sort of team up situation, if only for a like an exhibition match or something. I think that would be really super fun. Mike Deegan, how many porgs do you have? Oh, sorry, I'm like trying to adjust my camera so I can sit back a little. There we go. Yeah, it's I have 5 porgs, I think, in total, because I have the ones that you see behind me. And then I've got the ones that are, and then there's one that's in front of me. I have a lot of porgs. I only bought myself one. The rest of them were all very kindly gifted to me by fans, which was very, very cool. Amazing. Scott, have you ever thought of turning heel for the sake of a great storyline? Christian's kind of the mastermind when it comes to all the story stuff. It's funny because when I was growing up doing theater, I played bad guys a lot. And on one of the shows I've guest starred on over at Hyper RPG, the show that Cameron, who takes photos and stuff around the Schmoedown and has been working with us a little more on the crew, GMs over there, he GMs this sort of Stranger Things-esque RPG, and one of the girls in it has an evil older cousin who I played as a guest star, and it was so fun to play a bad guy. Yeah, it's really fun. Let's see. Send him all the porgs. Will McLean, when will the league's wide bias against Andrew Guy be stopped? Listen, you know, there's been some conversations happening regarding Andrew Guy, so we'll see what happens with that boy. I know some secret things that are coming up that I cannot share yet, but look forward to some good Andrew Guy content. That's correct, Andy. Slytherin does not equal evil. Slytherin equals ambitious. Slytherin equals valuing your accomplishments over anything else. Gigawatt, you looked like a heel in the Night Sisters. Yeah, I mean, because we were the Night Sisters. They're kind of a variation on extended universe legends Sith witches. So there you go. Any update you can share regarding the rewards tiers on Patreon? Nothing that is published yet, or that isn't published yet, rather. So yeah, obviously the big thing that we introduced was the postcard tier of when you upgrade to the $2 tier, then you get to get your name printed as like an official Schmoedown supporter on the back of the postcard, and then everybody at the $15 level will get mailed that postcard. Again, you need to just upgrade to either one of those by February 28th, and you will get the postcard or have your name printed on the postcard it'll be printed in the beginning of March, and I should be mailing them out in the middle of March. And they're 5x7 postcards, so we can mail them wherever. So if you're international, don't worry, we can get it to you. It's not a problem. Videos by Andrew, will you be at the Chicago live event? Yes, I will. Yeah, I'm super excited. I will definitely be at Star Wars Celebration. I know that a lot of you guys have been asking me that, and you know what? I'm just gonna make it happen one way or another. I have a badge to the event, so I'll be there. Yeah, let's see. Okay. Let me go back to my Patreon questions that are in the thread, and then I'll come back to you guys here too, because there were some other good ones in the thread. Jessica Kuo asks, is there any chance that there will be an exhibition match for animated movies? Obviously, if I had my say, we would definitely have an animated movies exhibition match, because animated movies are my jam. But ultimately, it's not 100% up to me, though I've talked to a bunch of people, particularly who are not currently participating in the Schmoedown, but would kind of like to get involved because they are interested in, honestly, the community that we have here on Patreon, who are like super cool. Oh, Andrew, you're competing. Are you competing at Celebration? You have to keep it on the DL, though, because Christian on Jedi Council the other day was like, I'm not going to announce all the competitors, but that's very exciting. I should hopefully see you there then. But yeah, I've been talking with some people who are not necessarily regular Schmoedown competitors, or they're newcomers, and they feel more comfortable participating in a exhibition match rather than participating in, say, the regular Schmoedown singles league that might feel a little bit intimidating. Because with an exhibition match, there's always a good chance that it's something that is very tailored towards your specialties. So for example, I would like to have an all Harry Potter exhibition match sometime, or an all Lord of the Rings match sometime, because those happen to be strengths for me. So I totally understand why people want to do the exhibition matches, and plus they're really fun. Let's see. Yes, Erica Ishii's name is spelled with a K. Let's see. Any thought on creating a rookie league? That's a good idea, John Kessler. I actually think that is not a bad idea at all, of like a place where people feel sort of comfortable. I mean, you look at things like, say, the like celebrity Schmoedowns that we've done in the past, and the questions are definitely dialed back a little bit, because ultimately, you know, when we have celebrities on, we want to make them look good. So we give them every opportunity to succeed. So we'll see. Are there opportunities, Scott Douglas asks, are there opportunities for one-time Patreon reward purchases for people at lower tiers? Example, I'm at the $10. I'd love to pay the $15 for the print, but I'm not looking to move up a tier. Okay. So as far as I understand it, based on Patreon billing, and again, all I am, as far as Patreon is concerned, is essentially the community manager. I am the person that is making sure you guys are getting what you paid for, but I don't have any control over the billing. That's all done on like the technical side at Patreon. So basically, if I'm understanding correctly, though, based on things I have seen in trends with people upgrading, downgrading, whatnot, basically, if you upgrade to the $15 tier, like today, and then you downgrade before the end of the month, then you'll get billed whatever tier you downgrade to on the 1st of next month, but you would still be listed as somebody at the $15 tier, who would then, and as far as the month of February is concerned, so you would get the postcard. Does that make sense? I explained that to somebody. They messaged me on Patreon and were asking me about that as well. So, Andrew Kelly, with an incredible teams division, Shire Wolves, critically acclaimed, Who's the Boss, Odd Couple, Corruption, Founding Fathers, and new teams. Oh, I think, okay. Andrew Kelly, how do you plan to give each team fair time to compete? Any chance of a teams only pay-per-view event? That's not something that we've really discussed, but we've got, the good news is that the way the release schedule is going, is that we do either a teams or an Inner Geekdom on Tuesday, or on Monday, Tuesday, and then, to the public on Thursday. So the thing is that right now we just have more teams than really active Inner Geekdom competitors. Obviously, the title for the Inner Geekdom League is on the line right now, and with Inner Geekdom, you're more limited in terms of the number of questions that you can have, because it's all very specifically in a collection of like 30 movies, or it's a little more than that, I think. But so right now, I think that there's kind of plenty of time for everybody that is on a team to get a chance to compete. But if we start to get oversaturated, then, that is something we could definitely do. Wookbook asks, can we get a Doctor Who category in Inner Geekdom? We can't, because it's the movie trivia Schmoedown, not the television trivia Schmoedown. Though, of course, I would not be opposed to having a Doctor Who or like a Game of Thrones category. But right now we are strictly focused on movie trivia. So that is the answer to that questions. Kyle Harlow, do you know if Ghostbusters is in the Inner Geekdom grab bag? I don't, but I think, if I'm recalling correctly, that there are some Ghostbusters questions in the mixed bag. Much like, people have brought up things like Alien and Predator and Alien versus Predator, et cetera, et cetera. That all sounds, those are definitely popping up in the mixed bag category, though mixed bag right now is definitely a lot of like Indiana Jones and Back to the Future, because they were at some point going to be categories in Intergeekdom, as well as James Bond. People were real mad about James Bond. I don't know why. I think it counts. I like James Bond, but that's me. Let's see. Rob Mack, any thoughts on having just one person ask questions and the commentators just call play-by-play? Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. More of like a sports thing, where there's somebody else sort of like who's like actually asking the questions of the match, like a referee sort of thing. So nope, that's never been considered. I don't think it would be. I think that the part of the charm of the Schmoedown, part of the personality of it, is having the people at the table asking the questions. And I mean, like Mark is constantly making a commentary on a player's performance as he's asking the questions as part of the fun of the show. So, okay. Let's see. Oh, you're welcome, Alex, for answering your question about the tweet and the Chicago. Yeah, I will definitely make sure that those postcards go out ASAP, because I know we'll have a lot of people that got the postcards that'll also be at Celebration. So that'll be fun. Let's see. Dave, what do you think about Rocha calling out Bibbs for running a biased website? I mean, I think that that's par for the course with Rocha. I haven't felt like Bibbs's website is all that biased, but I suspect it. Randy, will the real wheel make it to Chicago? I know nobody liked the digital wheel. We're looking into another option. But the fact of the matter is the wheel we have is about 60 pounds and it's kind of fallen apart. We're in the process of getting a new one. So we'll see. Hopefully we'll have something ready to go for Celebration. Alex asks, is it going to be difficult to come up with Star Wars questions since there have been so many matches, especially since the Iron Man match had to have burned through so many? I think that, Alex, to answer your question, that yes and no, it's difficult to come up with questions. There's a lot, because I think with the beginning of Star Wars questions, they lived so much in the realm of really fair that the struggle is mostly coming up with fair Star Wars questions. There are certainly really difficult questions we could still ask, and also really easy questions we could still ask. So it's the trouble is now finding the balance, but they definitely exist. It definitely exists. I feel like I could help write some good Star Wars questions, actually. Okay, I'm going to look at the Patreon again, because there were some good things. Okay. Angela, Selena, and somebody in the chat here was asking something sort of similar about me actually having a new job, or if it's just a storyline thing. And Angela says, I want to let you know how much you're appreciated by the fan community. Thank you so much. And as commissioner, do you hope to make any improvements to league play? Yeah, I mean, obviously, my feeling about it is we're trying to be more consistent, I think, on rulings. We've got people going through the questions ahead of time. We're really trying to, go over the rules with a fine-tooth comb. And the other thing that was sort of a behind-the-scenes thing that was happening a lot when I was managing Clark and Rachel is making sure that the wheel is balanced. Because here's the thing: is the round one questions tend to be pretty answerable. I mean, I'm mediocre at movie trivia, and I usually get 6 or 7, I would say 5 to 7 of the 8 questions in round one right. So, round one is super doable. Round two, when you get a category you're not strong in, you tend to really suffer. So for me, I'm really concerned about making sure that competitors feel like, because I was doing this for Clark and Rachel when they were competing as a team, and for Clark and Mark and Draco both competing in singles is we would look at that wheel and we would go, we feel like the person who they're going up against has more strengths on the wheel than they do. So I want that to be something that all the competitors feel comfortable bringing up and making sure that we have a balanced wheel for everybody. So that's one of my big things that I really want to focus on going forward. What was LK's first question? Because LK was like, do I get another question? LK's first question was about old Patreon tiers coming back for the current season. Right now, we're really focused on our new tiers. They were asking about the like $600 tier to come to Collider and watch a match get taped live. Obviously, we're doing more live events outside of LA now and outside of the studio. So we're definitely focused, I think, more on expanding our sort of arsenal as far as live events go, because I think I mean, if you've never been to a Schmoedown live event, they're so much fun. And then LK also asked, how did you feel winning the Commissioner Bowl? What was going through your head when you heard the question and you knew the answer to the share question about burlesque? Yeah, it was pretty funny during that match. When we got into sudden death, I was like, oh man. And then the first question they asked, I was like, well, this is so easy. Everyone's going to know this. And then Christian didn't have it and Thad didn't have it. And I was so excited. Yeah, I didn't know that I wanted to win the Commissioner Bowl, but here we are. So there we go. Yeah, let's see. Charles Romero asks, how excited are you for the Throwdown? I am so excited. So excited for the Throwdown. Yeah, it's going to be really a great event. I'm looking forward to this Saturday a lot. I'm pretty sure that I am going to be the judge for the day as the commissioner of the Teams League and the Intergeekdom League. So if there are any issues, they will be turning to me, which I'm excited to have that power. Let's see. Let's see. Can you go into more detail? Oh, on the process for wheel slice selection. Is it random or do competitors pick categories? So basically, competitors, if you're competing in teams, then you get to submit 2 slices that you want for strengths. If you're competing in singles, you get to put in 1. Same thing for Intergeekdom. And then the rest, it's basically like there tends to be a decade, a genre, an actor or an actress, a director, a year, and then like maybe a specialty, like a scores and soundtracks or a movie release dates kind of thing. So that's typically how the wheel balance is determined. So yeah. Okay. Let's see. Would you have participated in the Commissioner Bowl if Dagnino didn't? Without knowing, you would have to choose between Fife Club and Commissioner. Ethan Naftalin asks. I don't know. I think, storyline wise, it made sense for me to compete because of the Dagnino rivalry. But I don't know. I love doing those like 5-way, 4-way, more exhibition-y type matches. It just feels like less pressure and it's really fun. And Tom is one of the most fun people to play against because you just never know what's going to come out of his mouth. Robert Adams asks, when there is a challenge to a question or answer, who is judging that when the camera cuts off? Do they go back and watch the clip from the movie to settle it? Sometimes we do go back and watch the clip from the movie. That has definitely happened before. Like, I think there was a conversation about how old Jin Erso said that she was. And there was some debate as to whether she said 15 or 16. And we literally, the movie was on Netflix at the time. And so we literally went back and watched the scene where she was yelling at Saw Gerrera for abandoning her as a teenager to come up with the answer. It depends. That's actually Robert Adams. One of the things that we're working on is having a better system for that. Because right now it'll like cut away, and Riley will be sitting in the studio and not participating, and so Christian will say, "Oh, Riley, come here and talk to me about this." And then, of course, if there's other people sitting around that feel like they have a strong opinion on it and they know the answer, they'll all kind of gather by the desk. So we're trying to get better about having one definitive judge, or at least one person who serves as the liaison for a panel of judges and is kind of like the judge of the judges, which I believe this coming Saturday, the plan is essentially for that to be me. I think I'll be doing that and kind of managing the floor that day to make sure that everything is running smoothly. Let's see. What's the longest a challenge has taken to resolve? Oh boy. I think there was one where we were down for a good 10 minutes, which doesn't sound like that long, but when you're taping live, oh, it's a long time. It's a long time. Yeah, let's see. Emma Fife, what's your favorite cosplay you've done as a contestant or manager? When all the women dressed up, you seem to have fun. Yes, it was so much fun. But my favorite was when we did the Foreigner Thor Ragnarok opening, and I dressed up as Odin, which a lot of people didn't get, but like people that know Norse mythology, they knew, because I had the eye patch and the ravens, and it made me really super happy. So Nerd Chronic, is there anything you think we could do to help push tickets for Free for All? I mean, I would say in addition to sharing the link to buy tickets, you might also share the like link to last year's Free for All, so people get an idea of like what the Free for All entails, because it's really super fun. Oh, well, Robert Adams, to answer your question about the 3-hour debate, it wasn't that. It was basically, we had debated something for a long time, probably like 10, 15 minutes, which is a really long time and this was at the end of a long day of filming. So it's a really long time in sort of real time when you're filming. But what happened was we ended up taping the rest of the match, and then we said, okay, but we're still going to go back and rewatch this thing. And if this challenge proves to be true, which it was not, the challenge was overruled, then these teams will have an automatic rematch. So, yeah. Oh no, Tim Wilcock, the RPG NPC character I based on you for my family's last Airbender game, died last night. Oh no! R.I.P. Major Fife of the Earth Kingdom. Let's see. Will McLean is commissioner of the teams in Inner Geekdom League. Would you be allowed to compete? Yeah, I can still compete. I would like to compete in Inner Geekdom again this year. I really do have fun doing Inner Geekdom. So yeah. Gigawatt asks, how many live events does Christian have planned for this year? As of right now, we only have one more totally locked in and confirmed live event. And then we also have a tentative one as well. No, just kidding. We have two that are confirmed, but not confirmed enough for me to talk about them publicly. And then another that is probably happening. So that's all I can share, basically, because I wouldn't want to share something with you like, oh, we're definitely going to be in Kansas City or something, and have people feel like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited about that, and then have to cancel. So I can't even tell you what the cities are that we're almost certainly going to be in. So, Emma, I thought it would be, this is XSMC35X. Emma, I thought it would be a great idea to have a limited edition Patreon t-shirt. What do you think? I think that's a great idea. That is something that I would love to do. We had a limited edition shirt for the New York live event. So yeah, I definitely would love to do Patreon exclusive t-shirts. We will have a code for you guys soon, a T Fury promotion, not T Fury, T Public. That's what it is. One of those T stores, whichever one we sell on, T Public. Yeah, we've got a promotion coming up with discount codes just for Patreon patrons really, really soon. So yeah, look for that in the next couple of days. Hopefully tomorrow I should have that all squared away. I was talking with the girl over at T Public today, so that'll be exciting. Let's see. Emma Fife, movie fanboy asks, the question management. Oh, is it in a database of some kind? Yes, it is. We do everything through Google Docs because Google Docs are great. Live documents where you can have multiple people looking at them and editing them at once. It's genius. I don't know how it took so long for that to come into effect. Also, fun fact, I am kind of a smart. I'm kind of a Google Docs wizard because we use them so much for work at VIP at Universal. So I love Google Docs. Let's see. Gilberto Yanez. Was I talking to you about my ticket purchasing problem? You were. You are so welcome. I hope that you got that sorted out. That's another one that I am distinctly qualified to help with, having worked for as long as I have doing ticket sales and stuff at VIP at Universal, because we have people whose credit cards get declined all the time, and it's an issue with the bank, not the cards. So I'm glad that you were able to sort out your issue. Bill Carriola, it's my dream to have the Schmoedown do a live event at the ECW Arena in Philly. Is there anything I can do to make this happen? Just keep helping us promote the live events. You know, the more live events that we sell out, the more cities and things we're going to be able to go to. Also, you know, if we can lock in some really great sponsors. I mean, I would say, like, share the Schmoedown with brands that you guys like, that you think might also like it, because, you know, the thing about the Schmoedown that's different than like a podcast or something traveling to a city live is, obviously, number one, we have a lot more tech, and that means we have a lot more people also. It takes a lot of people to put on a Schmoedown live show because it is like a wrestling event, where, you know, you're not just showing up to watch two people answer trivia questions while somebody asks them the questions. You are showing up because you want to, like, experience the whole spectacle. I mean, that is honestly when the spectacle of the Schmoedown is at its best. So yeah. Oh, Mike Deacon, you work at Universal Orlando? That's awesome. Yeah, I've been a VIP guide. I've been with Universal for, gosh, I'm in my 7th year working there. Yeah, and now, and I've worked at VIP for 6 of those years. So yeah. Let's see. Unrelated to anything Schmoedown, Gilberto Yanez asks, what's the best anime you've watched recently? I believe you are an anime fan. I am an anime fan. I finally watched Banana Fish, which is animated by the same studio that did Yuri on Ice. But it is not a happy, lovely tale like Yuri on Ice is. It is very sad, but it was very good. And then this season, I'm enjoying The Promised Neverland. It's real dark. And then also That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. There you go. There's a little behind the scenes of Emma's weird brain. Okay. Tim Wilcox says, I'd love to see more special stipulation matches. It'd be great to see competitors issue challenges for something like 80s movies or horror. Yeah, we did horror for Halloween, musicals, animated only match. Yeah, people, you guys have responded so well to those specialized matches, and competitors have responded really well to them too. They're so fun to do. And they feel so much lower pressure. It's like that's when you get to just like get together with your friends and play. Not that the Schmoedown isn't fun, it's a blast, but you know, it's a high pressure situation. People get really into it. And with the exhibition matches, people tend to goof around a little more. So I would definitely love to do stuff like that. My dream exhibition match, go with me on this, guys. I might have said this in my last AMA. I'm almost 100% sure I did, but I'm going to say it again anyway. My dream exhibition match is Cucumber, who you guys might have seen on Movie Fights. He is from the Twitch channel Perception Check. He is a felted friend, a puppet, but he doesn't like that term. He is, he knows everything about Lord of the Rings. So I want to see a throwdown between him and Rachel and maybe Ashley Robinson. I think that would just be amazing. So that's mine. Kyle Harlow, could you display the questions on a screen? Oh, are you talking about during the live event specifically, Kyle? Because we were discussing that a little bit the other day. Yeah, we were talking about that the other day in terms of the live event. It would be a challenge, but it's definitely doable. And we are going to be like live cutting the score and the JTE rules and stuff. So yeah, that would be cool. Definitely something that I want to do. Bill Carriola, if there's ever a DC animated movies exhibition match, I volunteer as tribute. Yeah, DC has got some freaking great animated films. And I was so excited. Oh my God, I was so excited when Mask of the Phantasm questions got asked in Inner Geekdom. I was watching from the sidelines. I think I did the post interviews on that one. But yeah. Let's see. JTE rule might not be needed. Kyle Harlow says, oh no, the JTE rule is very necessary. If you guys can't tell from watching, we use the JTE rule to stall. When your brain is like, when you're like, I think that answer is somewhere in my head. I just need another minute. That's when you use the JTE rule. Most of the time, people, when they need a question repeated, they don't actually need it repeated. Let's see. Rob Mack, gotta say, reaction to winning the first Manager Bowl is an all-timer. The Schmoedown is at its best when the competitiveness comes out. Yeah, that was fun. It was really fun that it came down to me and Tom too. Like we could, I 100% have to tell you that the movie trivia is not even a little bit scripted. It is not scripted at all. And it just worked out so perfectly. It was so fun. Aaron Stewart, who is the next competitor to get a rule named after them? Ooh, that's a great question. I wonder what you guys think. Who do you guys think is going to be the next? Who's like another competitor that has an ism that could be converted into a rule? That's so good. Well, I mean, we make a joke about the Bateman method of Ben Bateman pretending that he doesn't know the answer to questions. But yeah. Yeah, Roka could definitely have a rule named after him, Dave. That is very true. Yeah, Charles Romero got the guy rule. There's no physical contact in the Schmoedown. Movie fanboy, can we get baby carrots to not fake laugh in the comedy category? I'll speak to him about it. I'll bring it up. See what he has to say. Yeah, the Ben Bateman dramatic pauses. Yep. Let's see. Is there anything in my thread on Patreon that was really good that I didn't answer yet? Robert McNeil asked, is there any reason CinemaSins or Screen Junkies don't do another team match? Obviously, Dan would have a new partner, but I love watching those people. Yeah, I mean, it's not. It usually just comes down to scheduling. It's very unlikely that if there was a team that you saw in the league or a competitor you saw in the league that you enjoyed and that did pretty well, that they weren't asked to come back. A lot of the time, it just boils down to scheduling. It's a little different now because the way we're filming is a little bit different. But yeah. Dave Drano, no sunglasses rule for Bateman, Guy Oyama, Chance, Kalinowski, Riley. Did I miss anyone? A lot of people wear sunglasses on purpose because when you, and I get it, because when you get up there, if you have the sunglasses, it kind of creates a barrier between you and like the audience, the lights, etc. So it helps people like get into the zone. So yeah, I get it. How many matches, Scott Douglas asks, how many matches do you record at a time and how far in advance? It depends. Right now we've been filming about 5 matches at a time. And they range anywhere from about a week in advance to about, or less than that. I would say anywhere from about 4 days in advance to a month in advance, because you know we're in terms of like when things are being put out, and then sometimes a match will go a certain way and we go, oh well, this debut match whatever would like make it makes more sense happening here, blah blah blah. So yeah, that's it. Dave Drano, 5 matches, is that a 10-hour day of filming? I'm trying to think when I got in last Saturday that we filmed and when I left. I was in because I filmed Inside Schmoedown with Ken in the morning at like 9:15. Yeah, like 9:15. And we started taping matches at 10. No, we left it like we were all out the door by 5. It's 8 hours. Let's see. Stephanie Begg, will the Shire Wolves be getting a new manager now that you had to step away from the Fife Club? That is a TBD right now. As of right now, they're not planning on joining another faction or getting another manager. They're just focusing on retaining their belts. So there you go. That's what I got. Favorite reactor? Well, listen. I'm a big fan of the All the Belts podcast because Aaliyah from All the Belts has cosplayed as me on multiple occasions. So I'm a little biased. Yeah. Let's see. Harlaugh rule, you must continue to take drinks even though your cup is empty, Tim Wilcock. That's good. That's good. Yay, Robert, I'm glad that you were able to join. Eric Stevenson, what's the deal with the pegs anyway? Just so the pegs aren't glued, they're screwed on. And I think there is some wood glue involved as well. The wheel is a beast. You know, we've had that wheel for a while now, and it's just it's time to get a new one. Time to get a new one. Let's see, Nick Cochran. We got Danielle as an announcer last week. Yeah, Danielle was freaking great. I am a huge fan of Danielle for sure. Adam, I heard that Jen answers questions very well when spectating. Do you know if she wants to compete? She does not want to compete. She does not think that she's good at movie trivia. She's wrong. She's quite good. But yeah, that's it. Bye, Scott Douglas. Thank you for saying hello to my cats. Light was over here earlier, but he went away. Let's see. Movie fanboy, is there any superstar behind the scenes we never see on camera that you can't live without? I mean, anyone on the crew. Like, obviously, it's been so great having RB3 on the team, more full-time this year. Cobster, like, we could not do the Schmoedown without him. Cody Hall, gosh, I mean, Thad is so great to work with, and he just, like, keeps everything on task and going. Megan, who came over from Full Screen, who's been working on stuff on the end of the live events for like traveling and things like that. She's great. I mean, there's PJ Campbell has been helping me with a bunch of the behind the scenes footage. Cameron Rice, who did last month's behind the scenes video, which was just so great. It was a mini documentary. It was incredible. Yeah. And I mean, there's so many people that work on the Schmoedown that like literally we couldn't do the show without. So, let's see. Oh, Tim, you noticed my Chopper Funko. Yeah, I have a lot of Funkos on my shelf behind me. I got Chopper and Ahsoka and Sabine on my Star Wars shelf, and I've got Trunks and Vegeta. I've got like Mickey and Sora that Box Lunch sent me for the release of Kingdom Hearts 3. So yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, movie fanboy. It is totally a team effort. And that's the thing is I love I love working on the Schmoedown team. That is the best thing about working on the Schmoedown is like just the family that we've formed of the people who we work with. Robert Adams, who's the most unlike their Schmoedown character. That's a tough call. I don't want to ruin anyone's image of Andrew Guy, but my God. So this is a fun little insight. When Shire Wolves competed against Team Action at the second live event in June of last year, obviously there's some controversy at the end of the match. And so Guy is up there on stage with them and he's like yelling about baseball player names and like causing a scene like he does. And then I'm out there doing the interview with Jen and I'm like, let me tell you why this is okay. Like we all totally got into it. But then the second we got back downstairs into the green room, Guy came and knocked on the girls' dressing room door and he's like, hey guys, that was so much fun. Yeah, Andrew Guy is he's definitely a very, very sweet person in real life, but he's super fun. Yeah, highlight. My cat's over here now. You can't quite see him. He's off camera. He doesn't like to be forced to do things that he doesn't want to do, but here, let me see if I can get him. Light Doe, come here. Yay. Here's my cat. Hi, baby. It's my cat. Yeah. Yeah, Guy he's super cool. Yeah, this is Light Doe. Hi, baby. Let's see. He's laying down on me, but he doesn't want to be on camera anymore. Any confirmed competitors for this year's free-for-all that you can tease? I really don't know, to be totally honest. Yeah, we'll see. Dave Dano, would you ever do a voice on Little Bobby and the Juice? I would love to do a voice on Little Bobby and the Juice. Heck yeah. Yeah, I love Tom's another one who is, you know, he's a good pal of mine in real life. So I think that's why we worked so well as rivals, is because we get along really well in real life. So yeah, Christian's announced some of them. Yes, Charles Romero, that is a Wing Zero custom behind me that I have not built yet, but I am going to. I have all the tools to do it. Yeah, you guys are seeing my little corner with all like toys and other sort of paraphernalia and stuff. So, yep. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's true, Andrew, that Collider Live is where they'll be sharing most of the free-for-all competitors. That is some very good advice. So, yeah, the free-for-all will be fun, though. It's the Globe Theater downtown in downtown Los Angeles is awesome. I'm a little sad because it's not as close to my house as the El Portal was, but there you go. Let's see. Just going to look through this thread one more time and see if there's any other things. Oh, this was a great question that Nick Anderson asked on the Patreon thread. Any chance Schmoedown can feature pics, clips, quotes, music from movies and their questions in the future? Wouldn't that constitute fair use? You know, it's definitely a a good question. I would love to see Schmoedown be able to do kind of like a scene it kind of situation in the future, where we can sort of like expand the style of question that is being asked. I think that would be really, really fun. And I think as long as it was short enough, it would constitute fair use. So yeah. I have been doing this for about an hour. You're right, Dave. But you guys have had so many questions. It's been awesome. Mike Deacon, will there still be a pre-show for Free for All, drawing the numbers? I don't know. That hasn't really been discussed with me just yet, but I hope so. Honestly, I legitimately hope that it's completely randomized and we just all draw numbers on stage. Ready, set, go. Oh, Aaron Stewart, will we get an MCU Patreon match prior to Endgame? That's a great suggestion. That's a really good suggestion. Robert Parker, what's your favorite of all your many jobs in the Schmoedown? I really like this job, honestly. Yeah, I've really enjoyed taking over the Patreon and getting a chance to get to know all of you guys and just interact with the community some more. It's been really, really nice. So, yeah, I really like that. I like connecting with people, and I really like keeping an open dialogue with you guys about what's going on with us at the Schmoedown, and just, you know, keeping it real. And you guys have all been so awesome and supportive, and it's so amazing to see all of these people here come forward like you're doing in the AMA today and saying like, hey, what can we do to make sure that the Schmoedown can come to my town or whatever. And I really appreciate that. So yeah. I really like running the Patreon. Obviously, I like being the commissioner of Intergeekdom and Teams now because I'm in charge. I got a lot of power, but you know. Tyler, can you reveal one other competitor in the free-for-all that hasn't been announced already? I genuinely can't, because I really don't know. I would love to, but I honestly do not know. I've been dealing mostly with making sure that everything is happening. All the new stuff that's happening with Patreon is getting first priority as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, but I do have something that I'm going to launch really soon for Patreon that I think you guys are going to be really excited about. I know I'm really excited. It's a pretty basic thing. But yeah, keep your eyes on the Patreon on the internet. And I think that you'll like it. Tom Wilcock, are Inman or Mara going to compete with Intergeekdom anymore? Jason Inman can't really compete right now because of his job. He's working on as a writer's assistant on a TV show, so that's a lot of work. And then Mara. Yeah, Mara, I mean, you guys know that she was injured and she was sick. And she just decided that the best thing for her right now to take care of herself was to kind of step away. I saw her the other night. She's doing well. I went and saw Happy Death Day to You with her and Dan, and we had a great time. And she's you know, I don't think that she'll never come back, but she definitely needs to. She's definitely taking for now, she says she's done forever, but we'll see what happens. Let's see. Movie fanboy, what's the biggest warning Brienne gave you before taking over, or your biggest fear? Well, Brienne just taught me a lot of the tips and tricks and stuff of running Patreon and sort of how that interface worked. She taught me how to navigate the like relationship manager and things like that, so I could easily see who was paying what and get in contact with people. And she also gave me these great email templates for sending out to everybody that contributes wheel slices or questions. So she did a lot of the sort of basic groundwork for me, so that I didn't feel totally lost going into it. I felt like I had a good sense of, okay, here's what I do when in order to fulfill these things. And then that just left me in a really nice position to honestly just spend more time building up our relationships with the patrons and continuing to find ways to thank you guys for supporting the show. Yeah, Tim, she was in a pretty bad car accident. So yeah, she was definitely hurting a little in that match between she and Rachel, which like so deservedly won match of the year. Yeah, both she and Rachel were struggling. So if that's them playing at only 75%, watch out, Mike Kalinowski. I'm not allowed to be biased anymore. No, but man, the match between Kalinowski and Rachel this weekend is gonna be good. It's gonna be really good. Aaron Stewart, what's a wheel slice you would like to see? Do you have the power as commissioner to make it happen? Maybe if it's something really specific to Inner Geekdom, I could make it happen. Gosh, I mean, for me, it's Jane Austen adaptations, the end. I really do want to do an all period dramas exhibition match sometime. I think that would be so fun. Yeah, Adam Chen, a Sam Levine slice. That would be hysterical. I would love that. We just all have parties and watch Sam Levine stories. Movies. You know what I mean. Let's see. Tim Wilcock. How about a Miyazaki slice? I mean, I would love that. Wendy would love that, but she doesn't really play in the Schmoedown. The buck kind of stops there. So Andy Schick, do you consider Pride and Prejudice and Zombies a Jane Austen? Oh yeah, absolutely. Just like I consider Clueless to be a Jane Austen adaptation. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see. Movie Fanboy, any issue with Patreon payouts? We had a little bit of a slow start to processing payments this past month, but everything worked out just fine for us. So we're good. Thank goodness. Hello, Jasmeet. Thank you. Or Nijar. I apologize if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. Welcome. I have to wrap things up pretty soon here. We've been talking for over an hour, but this has been really great. It's been really so fun to like chat with all of you guys. Let's see. Adam 10, you'd have his angry reaction to every wrong answer. Yeah, for a Sam Levine slice, we would have to have like Sam either in the studio or a Sam Levine like sound bite of him just yelling when people got stuff wrong. That'd be hilarious. Is Tim asks, is Princess Bride part of the Inner Geekdom selection? It's not. I don't know if there are maybe some Princess Bride questions in Mixed Bag, because dang, I know me some Princess Bride. That was one of my favorite movies when I was a child the first time. Yeah, will McLean have a Sam cam? That would be awesome. Yeah, let's see. Movie Fanboy, this has been fun. Thanks for doing 2 of these. Yes, it was really fun to do the rundown with or Inside Schmoedown rather. I've done the rundown too, but it's been a while since I've been on the rundown. But doing Inside Schmoedown with Ken was really, really fun. Ken is, the person who first got me really involved with any of this, so I really enjoyed that. Tyler, I'd love to see more celebrity matches. Yeah, actually, that's one of the things that I would really like to see as well moving forward with Schmoedown, is because the way I look at it, when people are out doing the press circuit, promoting their movie, their new TV show, whatever it is, you go to these junkets and whatnot, or into other people's studios, and you get asked the same questions all the time. Yeah, exactly, like Jay Baruchel. I'm like, wouldn't you rather like come have fun and compete in the Schmoedown rather than just answering the same questions about the same like 10 questions about your movie or whatever? So yeah, that's what I would really like going forward, is for the Schmoedown to be attractive enough for us to get people to come compete on it when they're in the press circuit. And it's happened a couple of times. I mean, you know, we did the Power Rangers match. We had the cast of Ash vs. Evil Dead. So, you know, we're definitely moving in that direction. And I know that's something that Christian really wants to do as well. So yeah. Oh yeah, Adam, a Mance clip should be mandatory. Oh yeah, Jonathan Rhys-Meyers. I totally forgot when Jonathan Rhys-Meyers came and played. That was great. Adam 10 Mance should have the sound clip when people get movie release dates. That'd be hilarious. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, movie fanboy, with like celebrity Jeopardy style questions. That's what we've done in our celebrity fights before. Oh yeah, like when we had some of the girls from Glow on. That was so fun. And that was really cool too. And the thing is that it's like, we don't have to push our competitors aside. Like the Glow match is a perfect example of Clark played and Brienne played with some of the girls from Glow. So like Kia and Jackie were on a team with Brienne, and Britt and Brittany were on a team with Clark. So yeah, it's true. Any new information about Kevin Smith competing someday? I'm sure that will happen eventually, or he'll like guest call a match, kind of like Bruce Campbell did. Yeah, we'll see. We will see. Robert Adams. Ooh, you know what, Robert? I have an idea actually for the Patreon exhibition match reactions. Is what you can do. This is great. We're collaborating on this in real time. This is like we're having a meeting. So how about this? Do reactions and post unlisted links, and then I can post your links on Patreon. How about that? I feel like that would totally work. Or the thing that's coming out soon will also help with this. So yeah, we'll definitely figure out a way together for you guys to do reactions to exhibition matches. Yeah, I think that's a great idea. Yeah. Yeah, so if you guys have any exhibition matches that you've done reactions to or want to do reactions to, like, again, feel free to do them. And then just message me on Patreon with the private link and we'll be good. Yeah. Gigawatt, do you organize behind the scenes videos? Yeah, I do. Cam edited that one and he shot a lot of the footage for it too. I shot some of the footage, but he shot a lot of it. So all the credit to Cameron Rice on that. So have Josh, movie fanboy, have Josh McCuca host an exhibition match as Alec Trebek's replacement host. That would be great. So fun. Great. Awesome. Man, I could talk to you guys all night, but I should wrap this up. So yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me for like an hour. This was great. You guys are super cool. And yeah. Everybody that is asking about Patreon tiers, again, we're sort of refining some stuff right now. Right now, our focus is definitely on introducing new, really affordable tiers, so that people can get so that people can easily feel like they're being included. And then eventually, I think we will bring back the more expensive ones as time goes on. And then, yeah, how is the celebration match going to be posted? So yeah, basically I'll wrap it up to say this. Any time that we're doing a live event and there's going to be a live stream, a lot of people, some of you in here I know, have been at like live tapings before, and everybody does such an incredible job of not spoiling anything. So typically, though, if we're streaming an event live, the plan is for that event to be the match or couple of matches that come out the following Friday. So it's a very short amount of time that people don't have to, that people can't spoil anything. You know, just talk to other people who, you know, were there maybe, or were in the stream with you. Just look at the names in the live chat. You guys will see me in there for sure this coming Saturday. So I hope to see a lot of you guys watching us live for the Schmoedown Throwdown this coming Saturday. It's going to be so much fun. It starts live at 8 o'clock Eastern time, 5 o'clock Pacific time. It's going to be awesome. And Andrew Kelk, I have seen Wolf Children, and it's freaking great. I love the films of Mamoru Hosoda. Yeah. Awesome. So thanks, guys, for hanging out with me. I will talk to you all again really soon. Again, I'm sure that I will get a chance to see some of you in the chat on this coming weekend. So yeah, it's going to be awesome. You guys are all great. Make sure that you are following at the Schmoedown on all social media. And then if you want to get that exclusive print that Brian Ward is creating for the very first Schmoedown Throwdown, then just be sure to upgrade to the newly introduced $15 tier by February 28th. And then you'll get your postcard in like mid-March. It'll be awesome. So thank you guys. See you all again soon. Bye-bye.